Hello, and welcome to the second season of Keep It Moving podcast. I am your host, Novelty, and who's laughing at me, as usual, would be Mike B.
What it do?
Not much. What it do with you?
That's to them, not to you. You ain't supposed to respond.
Well, somebody got to respond.
No, they know what's up.
So we've been out for almost a month now.
I don't think it's been that long. Probably like 2 weeks.
No, it's
3
been
at the
about a
most.
month. 3,
At the
4 is a
most.
month.
I don't know about that.
So it's been almost a month, almost for the whole month of July.
Tell them why we've been gone.
Well,
You the problem per usual.
no, I might be part of the problem
You are
this
all
time.
all of the problem.
No,
this time.
but you made the decisions, not me.
Hey, I'm the man. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, dear God, why did I walk myself into that? Well, with graduation, birthdays, vacations, just kind of been all over the board.
Right.
little
You celebrated the birthday. You're 22 now. How was
Woo-hoo!
that?
It's so nice to be 22 finally. No, I am 44 and I'm proud of it.
Right on. You enjoy your birthday? We went to a Japanese steakhouse.
Yes,
with your
the
family.
hot box.
It was hot. Yeah, it was very, very hot.
But yeah, as usual, I always enjoy my birthday. I celebrate the whole month of July. Actually, quite frankly, start June the 26th and don't stop until July 31st. So I had an excellent month as usual.
And after your birthday, you went to Disney World.
Yes.
Is it Disney World or Disneyland?
Disney World.
Okay. And how was that?
I had so much fun. I was a kid again.
Every time I see you wearing anything Disney, I think she's a kid again. The fact that you have these Minnie Mouse ears on your head as we record is
I like my
very
ears.
telling. Nothing wrong with it. Just
I think
very
they're cute.
It is very childish, and I appreciate
Really? Okay, I've seen you in Superman t-shirts, and you got a Sonic the Hedgehog hat over there.
it. But they're grown-up hats and grown-up T-shirts.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, but no, I had so much fun. I had dinner with Mickey Mouse.
Meaning he was in the vicinity or sitting at the table?
Well, he was at the table, not sitting.
Okay, just kind of chill. Was it real or like a stuffed animal?
A real it wasn't a real mouse talking to me.
I don't know.
The Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Like a mascot.
Okay.
He too big to fit in a chair.
So he was just standing.
Mm-hmm.
What day was this?
We had dinner with Mickey on Tuesday. Well, the second day.
Okay.
I saw Minnie the fourth day.
Okay.
Donald and Goofy and Daisy were at dinner with us on Tuesday. The only one that was missing was Minnie. We met Chewbacca.
Oh.
We saw Chip and Dale.
The Rescue Rangers.
Some of the people from the Jungle Book. Who are the Rescue Rangers?
Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that cartoon.
When there's danger.
I just remember stupid Chip and Dale from the cartoon.
Oh, my goodness. Now I'm going to snatch your childhood away.
Anyway, so we had a blast. I wish I would have taken my nephews, but I had fun.
Well, considering it's really designed for children.
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
I know it's not.
Okay.
I mean,
I can't imagine.
Some of the things we did. Remember, your friend Anthony came over and he was telling you about Peter Pan.
He was telling you about Peter Pan.
No,
I had no interest
to you too.
in the conversation.
But and one of the things he was saying is don't skip the line, because part of the ride is the line. And so you go through this line and there's a portion where you can see your shadow. There's a light, so you see your shadow clearly on the wall. And then all of a sudden shadows of butterflies come out. Now there are no butterflies around you, so it's just the shadows. And if you stick your hand up, they land on your hand. These shadow butterflies land on your shadow's hand.
Huh.
You see this little light flashing around, and it was Tinkerbell running through the room, and even the Winnie the Pooh ride. As you're going through the line, there's an area where you get to smear the honey, and it's more of a LED thing, so it's kind of like a computer screen.
Okay.
And you rubbing the honey off of it, but it's kind of like touch activated and everything. So a lot of the rides just had a lot of
interactive stuff.
Very interactive and very creative things.
For adults.
For adults and children.
I'm going to continue to give you crap knowing that it was Disney World for kids.
You have to go.
Absolutely not.
You have
I would
to
never.
go. Yes. One of these days, y'all, I'm going to get him to go. You have to go.
I'll be on my, I guess, before I die list because.
Now, if you go, let me tell you, whether you grown or whether you a child, you need a stroller.
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I had to get a scooter.
Well, now that's understandable because you've had some injuries here recently. We've talked about them. You fell out of a chair. You're walking with a cane. You got a little walker with tennis balls on it. So, of course, with that big park, walking around.
No. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't just me. Like halfway through the day, you're tired.
Yes.
And you don't feel like doing anything, so you want to go back, but you haven't seen anywhere near the whole park. But you want to just stop. And then it's 90-degree heat beaming down on you. And
were you hydrated?
Yeah, I mean, they got water all over the park where you can just go and get water.
You don't have to pay for it?
No.
Okay.
So you've got access to water, you got access to like off and stuff like that, but you just tired. The sun is taking it out of you, and then all you're doing is walking. So a few hours go by and you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm ready to go. And the people in my party were ready to go. For the first 2 days, I didn't have the scooter, and I was determined to get through the park. By the end of day number 2, I was like, I can't do this no more. I'm going to get to, because the first day we went to Hollywood Studios. The second day we went to Magic Kingdom. Well, I hadn't even gotten to Mickey Mouse. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going to be miserable for the next 2 days. So I went on and rented a scooter, and the rest of the people in my party, they were walking. And I mean, the day I got that scooter and was able to just kind of zip around that park, I was good to go. I was fine. I could have hung all night long.
When you say scooter, like one of those shopping carts, the riding shopping carts at Walmart, or what do you mean scooter?
Kind of like that.
Okay.
Just the old lady scooters.
Okay.
But this sucker, it had to go about 20 miles an hour zipping around that park. But I mean,
was that expensive?
I got it. No, it was $30 a day.
That ain't expensive?
No, because in the park, they're $70 a day.
Oh.
If you get them at a company that delivers them to your hotel, then they're $30 a day. And then Disney provides a bus that has mobility access. So they just put my little scooter on the bus and I was good to go. And so the next 2 days I was fine. And then everybody else was, I'm tired. They were ready to come home. I'm like, y'all go. Bye. I'm going. I'm gone. Have fun. I will see y'all when I get home.
So the kids were tired.
The kids were tired. The adults were tired. So if I were to go back and take my nephews, I would have to have something to put them in because they would get tired. And that would take away from the fun. Once I got rid of that,
maybe they don't want to have
good.
all the fun you had. Like your kids are
whatever.
simple. You can show them pictures of Mickey Mouse and they're probably
nope. My nephew already mad at me because I didn't take him. So nope, bitches don't work.
Okay.
So we had a lot of fun. Now, granted, a lot of the rides, we would be on a ride and it would get stuck, and they would say,
nope,
temporarily the ride is down.
Like while you guys are on it.
But I don't do roller coasters. You know me, so it wasn't nothing like that. Like one Pandora. Oh my God, that place is so cool at night. But it's like a boat ride, and you just riding a boat.
You were able to get on this boat with your scooter?
No.
Okay.
You park your little scooter and then you get on the boat.
Okay.
But and I didn't have my scooter that day. But when we got on Pandora, it's just a boat ride. So you just go in a little tunnel and ride through a boat. On both sides of the boat, you can see a sidewalk.
Just in case it gets stuck and y'all can walk.
In case somebody has to come get you or anything. And then it's not that big. Might be 4 or 5 car lengths long. It just.
But I feel like it costs too much money to get in this park for the rides to be shutting down.
Well, to be stuck, not shut down, they stuck. So we would float through, and you see all this neat stuff, and then it would stop, and then it would float a little more, and it would stop, and so you think it's part of the ride, and then until you realize, okay, wait a minute, we've been stuck for 15 minutes. What's going on?
And we ain't moving.
And finally, they say, hey, temporary issue, and finally, we found out what it was rain, because it rained while we were down there. We got caught in the rain, totally drenched. I couldn't see. My glasses, it was raining so hard, my glasses were sopping wet, so I couldn't see out of them. I had to hold somebody's hand so they could walk me back because I couldn't see.
So not only could you not see, you also were riding around in a
Not
little.
that night. Not that night.
I'm just saying, people who may have seen you multiple days probably like her body is failing. You're just going downhill.
But yeah, I mean, it was raining so hard, it was all over my glasses. I
Right.
couldn't see nothing. So I'm holding on for dear life. Like, please get me to a safe spot. But we were drenched, just totally drenched. So they said the rain is why some of the rides were shutting down. Then they got this one, the president. It's about the presidents. And so it was closed. Now it was completely closed. It had been shut down. And I asked another lady, because she was standing in front of the Liberty boat. And it's supposed to be a little cruise boat. You'd take a little cruise around the park. And it was shut down. And she said, no, something's wrong with this ride. It's been down for about 2 weeks. I said, well, they don't have a sign. They just going to make you stand here like you decided. She said, well, yeah, our sign is in use. Normally, we never have more than one ride down at a time. So they've never had a need for two. And our sign is in use in front of the President's Hall. I was like, oh, so how long that one been down? She said, it been down a while. I said, they trying to put the new guy in there? She said, yeah. And they just keep having difficulty after difficulty after difficulty. I looked
like
at
the
her.
rest of the world.
I said, I don't know if that's a joke, but that's funny. And she just shook her head. So, so much they could say. But other than that, and then like we were watching the Phantasm show. That was another one Anthony told us to watch. We watching it and then get to the villain part. And then they say, we have to take a brief intermission. And it's like, what just happened? And then they say, due to technical difficulties, the show has ended. And it just ended. So it was a couple of times where the shows ended. And I'm like, okay, now that's where I was like, I done spent too much money to come in here and not see everything that's here to see.
Right.
But I had lunch in a castle. There's this place called Tusker's House. The best soul food I have ever tasted. I didn't really want to go there, but we were trying to find a place to eat at Animal Kingdom. And it was this place in the area they call Africa. And I was like, I'm not going to eat this food. I'm not going to like this food. I hope this ain't real African cuisine. I'll be sick.
Why you say that? Have you had it before?
I'm just talking myself out of it. Okay. And I'm like, okay, but we got to eat somewhere. So let's just go to this restaurant. Oh my God. They made vegetarian greens.
Vegetarian greens,
meaning there's no meat. They're not cooked with any meat whatsoever. And
ain't no bacon fat.
From what everybody else said, because me and greens don't get along. Well, from what everybody else said, they were the best greens they had ever tasted in the world. And it was so funny because the rest of the waiter comes back and he says, "And I ain't never seen no greens without some fat back in them."
Right.
What? So I mean, we
were they good? Did you eat them?
I don't eat. Me and greens, we don't get along.
You're warming the story up as if you actually had.
Everybody in my party actually ate them and they loved them. My best friend was so full. She just kept eating and eating and eating. She's like, I can't stop. This is so good. And she's just like, I'm going back and back. Oh yeah, they had.
It was a buffet or something like that.
It was a buffet.
Okay. Now, is that included in the price of the park, or you have to pay extra for something like that?
So if you ever do Disney,
I'm never going to do Disney.
You're going to do Disney, but you got to get the dining plan. We had the dining plan, so that gave us our dining plan gave us one snack a day, one fast food meal a day, and one sit down meal a day. I think it cost $400.
$400.
Yeah, $400
for everybody. Okay.
When they rang our tickets up at the end of our dinner, because they still gave us a receipt. We were eating meals that were more than $200 each time.
Well, because it's overpriced at Disney.
Well, yeah, it's overpriced. It is overpriced, but like we went to one French restaurant where I said I ate in a castle. I don't think that's necessarily overpriced.
Did you have a steak or something?
Yeah, that's what they serve. Steaks and veal and all of that rich food. So I don't think it's overpriced. Some of it,
in my book, it would be overpriced.
We saw hamburgers for $13. That's overpriced.
Yeah,
that's way overpriced. But a lot of the other stuff wasn't. Some of it was comparable. Some of it wasn't. But no meal was under $200. So it was really worth the money. So if you ever go to Disney, do the dining plan. You going to Disney? Shut up.
Yeah, tell the fans or the supporters, if you guys go to Disney, do the dining plan.
But
I can't even imagine $400. I don't spend $400 in a month on food. Period.
It was just $400
in 2 months.
Okay, first of all, it was $400 for 4 people, so that's $100 per person. Number one. That's plus it was, like I said, 3 meals a day.
I don't think I spend $100 on groceries a month on myself.
I know I do.
Well, yeah, you eat a lot of expensive foods. I'm easy.
Right, you cereal and bologna. My palate needs a lot more than cereal and bologna.
It don't need it. You
Yes,
just want
it does.
Anyway.
But anyway, so I had a great time.
That's good. That's
so
good.
I had a wonderful birthday again this year. Got to keep it going.
Not only birthday, graduation. What's next? You going back to school?
I'm going to take a nap.
Well, we gave you a week to rest up, so you should be fired up, charged up, and ready for this show.
I'm fired up and charged up and ready for this show, but we just now hitting August. I'm going to take a nice long rest.
Right on. Anyway, getting into the show, this week's Black Achievement and Excellence, we are awarding to Yalisha Renee Hall, who is 46, and she's going to be Dallas Police Department's first female police chief.
Woo!
Ain't it weird that we're still having the first black this and the first black that in 2017?
Ain't it weird that we still having the same boycott on the same argument?
The same conversations. It's utterly, it's depressing. It's ridiculous. But, shout out. I don't want to dampen.
Gotta be the first.
I don't want to dampen her story.
Right.
Shout out to you,
Congratulations, girlfriend.
Yalisha. She's moving from Detroit. She's been a Detroit's deputy chief for 18 years, and now she's relocating to Dallas in order to be their chief of police. So shout out to her.
Congratulations. Well, we've been gone for almost a month, like I said, so let's just give you a rundown on what's been going on. Last week, Maxine Waters was reclaiming her time.
Did you see the clip?
Oh, I saw the clip. I saw the gospel version of the clip. I mean, good God. And I'm reclaiming my time.
And I wish we would see more people do that, especially on this during congressional hearings, because those people, when they're answering, they try to waste a lot of your time.
Right, and that's what he was doing.
Yes.
He's sitting there talking about, I've known you and I was so excited to meet you and I've got
reclaiming my time.
That right there should be the Democrats' new slogan. Reclaiming my time. Let's reclaim our time. We need to reclaim our White House, reclaim everything, because they done lost their minds.
Right on. I like that. Democratic slogan.
West Virginia's governor has switched from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party.
I hear he was a Trump supporter anyway, so this is not a surprise to most people, I don't believe.
Not at all, but Trump seems to think it's the best thing since chicken grease.
Well,
a DC
any win he can get,
any little bit, he just makes him happy.
So I guess he's considering himself a Republican. So we'll go with that.
Okay, a DC grant. I wonder how his constituents feel.
They don't care. They'll feel however he tells them to feel.
Not Trump's.
Oh,
I'm talking about this governor.
Oh, that I don't know.
I wonder how his constituents who voted for him because he was the Democrat feel.
Well, it's going to be the same way they've been feeling because he's a Democrat and not really falling in line with the party. So being a Trump supporter, they don't continue to feel the same way. He's been a traitor.
That's funny. A DC grand jury has been created on the Russia investigation, and so now it's official. They usually don't create a grand jury until there is
sufficient evidence
of criminal
activity.
of criminal activity. So that's interesting. We'll see what comes of it.
Yeah.
The White House, Trump's on vacation again. Well, part of the reason he was on vacation is because supposedly he had to go on vacation because the White House's HVAC system had to be redone.
Okay.
I just think that's a lie.
So the White House is closed.
Yeah, or pretty much everybody was asked to leave the White House. That's what I heard.
You know what they're probably doing? Planting like recording devices, trying to catch
either
whoever
that or sweep
who's ever causing these leaks. I think they're trying to find out who that is.
Like I said, I don't believe they just closed the White House because of an HVAC issue. That don't even sound right. But whatever, that's his problem. Trump's also talking about leaks. Trump's conversation with the Mexican president was leaked. Did you hear about that one?
Wasn't it another president or prime minister as well?
Right, it was another president, but specifically the Mexican president, where he's telling this man, because the president of course is saying we're not paying for that damn wall, and Trump is saying but just don't tell your people that. Like you don't have to pay for it. You tell your people, my people gonna find out. No, we'll figure it out. You don't have to pay for it. Just don't
tell anybody. And this is the kind of trickery he on.
Liar.
And I'm glad that the president of Mexico didn't fall for it.
Well, yeah, the president of Mexico wasn't going to go for it. I'm glad the leak happened because it takes the weight off the president of Mexico as well.
Right.
Because now he doesn't have to sit here and say, okay, do I leak this conversation or do I just let it go? He doesn't have to because somebody leaked it for him.
I wonder who that was.
You know.
Now, we do have to admit that there has been a substantial amount of leaks since he's been in office.
But these leaks have got to be coming from people really close to him. A conversation with the Mexican president.
Who even records, like,
right. How
who transcripts
do you have
that?
access to that?
Yeah.
So you got to be somebody high up to have access to that. So this is somebody right in his own camp that thinks he's crazier than a Betsy Bug too.
Or they think this is going to work in his favor. Somehow. You never know.
We all talking about him, so we ain't stopped talking about him, unfortunately. OJ was granted parole.
I saw that.
A lot of people are upset about that.
A lot of people or a lot of white people?
I didn't say what color they were.
Yeah, I'm like, I haven't come across anybody that's actually upset. Most people understood why OJ went to jail, why OJ received such a harsh sentence over something that most people wouldn't have been sentenced 33 years for. And so considering he served 9 years for trying to steal his own shit back, which is utterly ridiculous to begin with, but we get it.
This is the thing. I do not know. I have not made up my mind whether or not OJ did the actual crime he was tried for and acquitted for. Whether he did it or not, I don't know. I didn't know back then. I don't know now. I've never really...
It sounds like you haven't really thought about it.
Right. I have never, no, and that's just it. I've never really taken the time to really figure out what happened and look at the evidence and say, yeah, he did it. No, he did. I don't care one way or the other. I don't care personally because it's nothing I can do about it. And I figure at this point, the Lord will take care of it if he did. But.
Or he'll go to jail like he did for stealing his own stuff back.
Well, the thing is, don't try to force him to do time for a crime he was acquitted of. I don't think we should force anybody to do time for a crime they were acquitted of.
Well, I agree with that. But OJ was playing with the law at that point because he had been in and out of jail for stupid stuff. And he already knew how people felt about him. Then had the nerve to try and write a book saying, if I had done it, this is how I would have done it.
I didn't say OJ was smart.
Yeah, well, I'm saying now you're playing. You're teasing people.
Right. And so I can understand him going to jail, but you can't keep him there for 30 years.
Well, I think I don't think they actually intended on keeping him for 30 years.
Just scaring him?
Yeah. And say, hopefully you don't try this shit again because we can get you.
Well, and now he moving to Florida. That's all I can say. So also, travel advisory has been issued for the state of Missouri. NAACP has issued a travel advisory due to a law that was passed that they claim is anti-civil rights.
Yeah, they call it like the Jim Crow bill or something like that. That's your city. That's your state.
Yes, it is.
So you're going to have to be careful. We
got to talk.
I don't go over there unless I absolutely have to or it's wing night, which is on Tuesday. And it's like I only go 30 seconds into Missouri and then my black ass comes right back to Kansas.
But yeah,
it's a lot of stuff has happened though in Missouri with the whole Ferguson situation, the whole Columbia, Missouri situation, as far as the students were protesting. Remember that whole debacle that happened? And so as minorities being over there and then them passing this law that the governor signed, it's not safe. Because it's harder for you to prove that the reason that something happened to you was because of your race or whatever. And it shouldn't be that way because some stuff is common sense. But anyway.
Well, we shall see how it goes because the NAACP is on it. Attorney General Sessions, he's taking on affirmative action now.
I heard.
He's trying to see if white people are getting a fair deal at colleges. I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe he's talking about black colleges. Maybe I've seen, for some reason, I believe that when I see white people at black colleges, especially historical black colleges and universities, I'm like, they must be on that 8A. I'm feeling like affirmative action is working in their favor, just trying to help diversify things. So, and it works the same way for us when we're at predominantly white universities and colleges or on jobs that are predominantly white.
I would like, and just if anybody would mind sharing, I would like a white person to tell me why they chose a black college, a historically black college.
Okay.
I would love to know why some white people choose those colleges, because I can understand why black people choose them.
Right.
But white people, that would be something I would like shared. If anybody out there who listens is white and has gone to a HBCU, please share why you went. Michelle Carter, you know who she is?
I do.
That's that little girl that talked her little boyfriend into killing himself.
Yeah, tried to convince him, and then when he was trying to like shy away from it, like remind him, you said this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
like,
you got to go back.
Try this method. Try that method.
Well,
ridiculous.
She has been found guilty. She got 2.5 years in prison. But here's the thing. She doesn't actually have to go to prison until her appeal is denied or approved.
I call that privilege. She should be punished, and it shouldn't be based on something else. We know what you did. It's been proven, and somebody lost their life because of it, and you helped with that situation. I feel like you're an accessory, so you should go to jail. You should spend some type of time. You should be punished. You should know not to do this again. But what's the lesson? Privilege.
She has let
it work in your favor.
Not one moment in jail yet. She's been out on bail since it happened, and now the judge is telling her, okay, well, we'll see what's going to happen with your appeal before you actually have to report.
Why do you, as the judge over this case, why does that concern you, the appeal? Is he going to be over the appeal as well?
Not that I know of.
Anyway.
They appeal into another court, so not that I know of.
So, again, this doesn't make any sense. But whatever.
Boy Scouts of America. They had to come out and apologize for Trump's speech.
What I don't understand, and this may be one of those things that you invite the president, because this is the status. This is what we've always done. Invite the president to come and speak, no matter who the president is, no matter what party they're affiliated with. This is just the standard. But I think most people forget who they're dealing with at this point, because many people, he's out here giving speeches, and they all are the same speech. They're all campaign speeches.
Right.
They're all talking about voting.
He got up there and talked nothing but politics
in front of
Boy Scout Jamboree. And it was Boy Scouts. These were teenage boys. At one point, he was talking about sex. He was talking about his friend and a boat and the things his friend did on the boat. But I shouldn't be talking to y'all about that. But hell, y'all already know about that. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, that's his way of trying to, make a funny and humanize himself, because most of us look at him as the second coming of the demons.
I look at him as an idiot. I don't even think the demons want him.
They probably don't.
I just think he's so stupid.
It's ridiculous. And then people still, no matter what he does, what he says, people still find a way to try and justify and defend his actions, instead of everyone calling him on his shit and telling him to get it together. I can't believe that he has advisors, people that are saying this is what you should do, which is why then his chief of staff leave recently. Maybe I think he got fired.
He fired Priebus. Yes.
Yeah, chief of staff. And I'm like, that's the person who's supposed to be in your ear when you make or when you're deciding to want to do something, telling you this is probably not the right thing. Nobody can get through to this guy. And he has a new chief of staff. Is he going to be able to?
Well, we'll see, because he's a general, and generals normally take orders, but I cannot see a lifetime military person just blindly taking orders when they know it's wrong.
I feel like this is a different game. I feel like a lot of people are doing unprecedented things right now for this guy. We haven't seen anything like this. Well, I haven't in my lifetime. This is definitely new.
This is worse than Nixon. But now, back to the Boy Scouts Jamboree. Here was the best one. Okay, this was the best twist on the truth. He says he got a standing ovation.
From who?
From the Boy Scouts.
Oh.
Mike, they was all outside. There wasn't no chairs. Everybody got a standing ovation if that's the case.
Right on. Maybe they could have been sitting on the lawn.
No.
I heard they were booing President Obama at one point too.
Well, because Obama didn't go.
1 year.
The year he was invited, he didn't go because he had already scheduled to do The View. So he was at the View instead of at the Boy Scouts Jamboree. But he's not the only president to not go.
Right.
Bush didn't go. So, I mean, if they can get it into their schedules, they get it in. If they can't, they can't. So he said, yeah, Obama didn't come out here. So yeah, they did boo him. And okay, you got your own feelings about Obama.
Clearly he's bothered by him.
Oh, clearly. But the whole standing ovation comment, and then like the whole time he was like, look at this crowd. It's so many people out in this crowd. It's more than Obama's inauguration. He says that.
Okay.
And he's like, you know, the media will never tell the truth about the crowd. They'll never tell you how many people's in the crowd. They probably won't even show the crowd. At the same time those words are coming out of his mouth, CNN is panning the crowd. And I'm like, this fool, he's just stupid. So what he says, it's like, there's evidence. I mean, it's not like people gotta find evidence.
He's taught people how to ignore the evidence, how to ignore the facts,
how to ignore your
listen.
It's like how
to him.
My mama always said, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. This fool got everybody believing everything they hear and none of what they see. I'm like,
it's amazing.
It with your own eyes.
I feel like that's a gift. That's a gift.
That's a gift. You're right about that. That is a gift. So anyway, moving on. McCain and 2 other Republicans shut down any appeal to Obamacare at this time. Woohoo! But
appeal or repeal?
Repeal.
Okay.
What did I say? Appeal?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, didn't we just have this conversation?
Repeal. But now Trump is threatening to rig it for failure.
Yeah.
He's talking about taking away taxes and all kind of stuff so that Obamacare fails.
Does it sound like a president talking?
No.
This sounds like
because now
who sabotages healthcare for millions of people. Sabotage.
Wait, this president who sits up and is hearing from the people that we want our ACA,
Affordable Care
Act. We want it. Even though you want it, I don't want you to have it because I think I know something better, which is for you to not have it. So you're not gonna have it. Oh, you gonna force my hand and make me have it? Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna just rig it for failure. It's really?
You already said it. You said the man is stupid. I can't say much more.
So Spicer's out. I'm gonna miss Sean Spicer. No more Melissa McCarthy on SNL. I'm hurt.
I'm here. Oh, who?
Scaramucci's in.
Yeah.
Well, no, he was in.
Scaramucci was in. He
was
lasted
in for
10 days.
10 days. But wait a minute. His official start date was August the 7th.
So he was fired before his official start date.
He was fired before he started.
Because he came in causing trouble. And I heard that was the reason that Sean Spicer resigned because of his pick for communication.
Right. Sean Spicer was going for the job. Sean Spicer was doing the job. So Sean Spicer was doing 2 jobs at the time, and then they overlooked him and threw in Scaramucci, which Spicer at a podium, I can understand why they overlooked him. But they threw in Scaramucci. Then so Spicer said, I'm out. I'm not going to do this, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him for that. But then this man starts talking about people sucking their own cocks and all kind of explicit
I actually can't believe
words.
you said that word.
Yes, I did, because I was shocked. It was. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, oh my, did he really have this conversation with somebody?
Like, was this caught on a hot mic, or was he actually saying this during an interview?
This was an unofficial report that was made official.
Okay.
At one point, he even says, you know, he's shutting down all the leaks. I'm shutting down all the leaks. And then he's talking to Wolf Blitzer, I think is his name.
On CNN?
Yeah, and he says something about how somebody told him blah, 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 blah. And Wolf Blitzer says, well, I don't know anything about who told you blah, 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 blah. And Scaramucci says, well, I'm not going to tell you the name. I'm not going to tell you the name. Well, let's just say it's the president. I was like, so you your own leaker. What the hell is going down? I'm just like, what is going on? So in 8 days, he gone. He kissed the president's behind for 8 days because remember he couldn't stand Trump before he got the job.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, I love him for 8 days, and he fired.
But now I think Sean Spicer, he's still working in the background because I don't think his official date to leave had come.
Oh, that might be true.
Now, is
it ain't been 2 weeks.
Yeah. Do you think that they will offer him this job now?
I don't know, but if I was Sean Spicer, I wouldn't take it. I'd get as far away from this president as humanly possible.
But I feel like they're not looking at it like that. They're looking at the prestige of the position, even though the position of the White House, period, is tainted. They still think it holds
the position
weight.
of the White House that's tainted. How can you be the mouthpiece for the White House when you are told to say one thing, you go out and say it, and the president comes right behind you, literally within seconds,
and contradicts you? Yeah,
it makes you look stupid. That's why if I was Spicer, I'd have been gone.
Well, of course, I think anybody in their right mind would have been gone. But Spicer stood up there and did it, looking like a fool. Him and old Sarah Huckabee or whatever her name is. Everybody that goes and speaks on behalf of Trump looks like fools. And we see it day in and day out.
And it's like, why do y'all keep on talking? I would just shut up. I mean, at one point,
the checks must be fat.
Even at one point, Spicer would just say, "I'll let the tweet speak for itself. I'll let the president answer that." Because I think he was getting tired of it. When he came to hiding in the bushes, I think he was really starting to get tired of it. But it's just been, every Friday has been like political chaos since January.
But it's not just Fridays.
Well, no. And the reason I say Fridays is because normally Fridays are, that's the calm day. Everything, you don't hear much about nothing on Friday. And then it starts back up Monday and you are fighting with politics all throughout the week. And then come Friday, everything usually cools down and you get a couple of weeks off. Not with this president. You don't get a second off. He'll be tweeting tonight. He'll listen to this show and start tweeting about us. So anyway, Usher. He got the HIV.
He don't got the HIV. They're saying he allegedly has herpes.
That's the HIV?
No, it's not, Granny.
Oh, no,
Granny.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I meant the STD. Lord, no, it's not.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, I'm sleepy, maybe.
Clearly.
No, but he got the STD.
Yeah.
And some girl taking him to court to get money. Now, look, this is the way I feel about it. He might have it. And he may not have told her about it, which, that's, to be truthfully honest, his prerogative. No lie. Now, if he had the HIV and didn't tell her about it, that's different.
What's the difference?
Because it's illegal to do that.
Oh, well, I've been hearing in some states having an STD period and having sex with, especially if it's unprotected sex and you don't disclose that to that person, then you could be, I'm sure that's the reason that they have lawyers and he's being sued.
Well, no, I thought it was just being a not criminal court, civil court.
Oh,
I thought it was a civil court case. It's a civil court case. I can take you to court for anything.
True.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be a law. But my point is, she slept with him without protection herself. So she just as guilty as he is when it comes to that.
Oh, yes, I agree with you.
So I think she needs to take some responsibility. And what was the amount? $30 million?
At one point I heard that, the original lady got $1 million, and then this other lady came out suing for $10 million, saying that she was exposed or she could have been exposed. He didn't tell her about it. They had unprotected sex. Then she went to the doctor, had the test, found out that she actually did have the STD, and so she upped it to $20 million, I believe. But now there's 2 additional women and a man that has joined the lawsuit.
And so he's actually having to pay. That's interesting.
I don't know if he's having to pay.
Well, if somebody won.
The original lawsuit, it was settled. The original one was settled. Yeah.
Okay. Because, well, now here's the other thing. Because how can she truly prove it was him that gave it to her?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how this one's going to work or these other cases are going to work. People have to prove that this is your only sexual partner you've had.
Not only that, herpes can sit dormant in the body for years, decades even. It can just sit there. So how do you prove that's where she got it from?
Maybe they can't. So maybe this is a frivolous lawsuit. It's just tainting his reputation.
Well, it's sure tainting it because now I know him as the STD boy.
You don't look at him as a sex symbol?
I never have.
Oh, it's only, who's that guy on your screensaver?
Nelly. Woo. Yes.
I'm going to have to change my chair out now.
Your chair out?
Yeah, because you just got real hot and bothered real quick.
Just Nelly. Anyway, and then R. Kelly.
Yes.
He got a sex cult.
That's I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that whole situation. I don't know, especially if these women are of age and are willing to be participants in what he got going on. Then I mean, what can you say? We got the parents of one of the ladies coming out saying he's kind of brainwashing them and manipulating them, but I mean, how can you prove that? if police went and did a welfare
for the
check,
underage ones
was under there. I don't think there's any underage ones.
I think some of them started underage.
Well, they
mamas and daddies took them, dropped them off. They had parental approval, but that just means their parents pimped them out for some money.
Right, but at this point, none of them are underage.
All of them are of age. Yeah. But
what do you say even if the parents were pimping them out? What does it say about them? You didn't care about your kids in the beginning,
right? Well, that really makes the parents look bad,
right? I think all of this, except for I think one of the latest is like 26 or 36 or something like that. She's gone. We don't have to worry about her. She's was that Thunder?
Oh, that's some thunder.
She's doing her own thing. But the other ones, the younger ones who are like impressionable, that Thunder made me lose my train of thought. I forgot where I was going. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, and my last thing is Jada Pinkett sold drugs. She admits to being a drug dealer.
She got a book or something coming out, don't she?
Yes. She's telling her story in her book.
A part of me, I'm not surprised by that. The other part of me don't really care about that. I don't it's Jada Pinkett. We don't really even talk about. I like her, as an actress.
I'm glad she turned her life around if that's what she did.
But I mean, I guess I wouldn't care if she didn't. She could still be undercover selling drugs. I still wouldn't care.
I feel you.
It's just that's nobody talks about that anymore.
Selling drugs?
Yeah.
Really?
That's not cool anymore.
Oh, that's not cool. It was cool at one time.
Oh yeah, it was cool. Everybody was trying to sell. I tried to sell drugs at one point. I can't even believe I mentioned this on my last show, and we weren't even talking about Jada Pinkett. We ain't going into it. But selling drugs, we thought was cool back in the day. I mean, that's what you saw on all the television, especially once the movie Colors came out. I feel like that's when gangs got popular. That's when selling drugs got popular, at least in my neighborhood, that I grew up in.
Really?
I didn't know anything about a gang until I saw that movie. And then everybody was trying to represent. Well, you was raised right. So
thank you.
Your mama was a teacher.
Well,
so
yeah, that's true too. Okay. Well, that's all I got.
What would you think if you go to work, you guys are having a potluck, you know your friends, so you kind of trust their food, but then you find out that as you're eating the dessert, that the woman who made the dessert lets you guys know that she made the brownies with breast milk? Would you feel some type of way?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't know what she got.
Oh, so you think would you trust her? She smells good.
Is she my friend?
Yes, she's your friend.
Is she my friend or is she my coworker?
She's your coworker and your friend. I don't care if she's my friend. I feel like I would want to know.
I mean,
and I wouldn't trust that.
Know,
I wouldn't trust it.
If it was my friend, somebody I was close to, then kind of I have some idea of their health history. But
do you?
Yeah.
Why would you?
Because
y'all talk pap smears and stuff when y'all go to the bathroom?
Sick. We don't talk pap smears, but we talk sick. Like my best friend, she has an immune deficiency disease. We talk about that. I have a heart condition. She is aware of that.
Oh, I feel like that's different than like an STD that you can pass through your breast milk. Can you pass the STD through your breast milk? I don't know.
I don't know. But I know some things are passable through breast milk.
I think
that's
dangerous.
What bothers me.
Yeah.
So not knowing that person, that would really no, we not. But if I knew that person, it would be different. Now, I remember when my little brother was little, my mama squirted some in a cup and gave it to me. And that was the hottest, nastiest crap I had ever tasted in my life. And she said, at one time you used to love it. I'm like, at one time I didn't know no better. So it just, if it was my mama's, it probably wouldn't. I wouldn't think about it that way. I would still be grossed out by it, but I wouldn't think about it that way. But when it's somebody I don't know, then I automatically
a stranger
think,
from work.
Wait a minute, what you got, and what did you just pass on through your breast milk?
Right. This lady made some brownies, using her breast milk because she didn't have time to go to the store. And then she posted about it on Facebook and got her ass handed to her by several random people because that's dangerous. I don't think she even thought about the dangers because not everybody goes to the doctor. They don't know everything that they have or what could be going on with them.
Right.
And here you are sharing of your body
and not only
with random strangers.
I breastfed for 18 months, or for 8 months rather, because I was allergic to it.
Oh, with your mom.
With my mom.
Wait a minute. I'm like, you done grabbed somebody's child. How are you able to produce
with
milk?
my mom?
Okay.
But I was allergic to it, so I couldn't drink it. So you don't know what people's allergies are.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just dangerous. Period.
And it doesn't seem like the smart thing to do.
It's not. Because you don't have time to go to the grocery store, then you better go on your way and buy some already made brownies.
Or some bags of chips. Bags of chips are always safe.
Right.
I'll bring them.
Hey, look, you got some napkins in your cupboard. Just pull out the napkins and bring those.
No. I remember one time we had a potluck at work and somebody brought bottled water, a 24-pack of bottled water, and the job already provides water. So they just, once everything was over, they took their bottled water back home. That's all they wanted. It was probably sitting in their truck. They forgot all about it.
They forgot about the potluck. Hey, let me run this in.
Yeah.
If they drink it, I'll just get some more on the way home.
And they knew we wasn't going to drink that because we also had pop. Who going to drink the water when we got some good shit?
I would.
Well, you're different. I constantly say that.
Established that.
The last situation we're going to talk about, what would you do if you're at home, your sister's over and your nephew is there, they're in the room, your bedroom, chilling, you're in the shower. All of a sudden someone comes into the shower and you're thinking it's your sister, maybe having to use the bathroom. It's common for women to be in the bathroom together.
Okay.
And so you peek to kind of see what's going on because it's still a little unusual to you. And you see that this ain't your sister. It's a man who's taking off his clothes, about to get in the shower with you.
Who the hell is you?
And so I don't think they even said his name, but this is what happened to Sheena Diaz. And so she ran out of the bathroom into the bedroom with her sister and her nephew, like panicking because this strange person is in the bathroom trying to get in the shower with me.
Who was he?
I don't know. They didn't say his name. Let me tell the story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so they called the police. The authorities get there. Brother man, he ain't even leave. He is in the kitchen, still booty butt naked, washing the dirty dishes.
He didn't know nobody in the house.
They don't know him, but he's trying to help him out. He thought she needed some help in the shower, so he was about to get in the shower to help.
He was drugged and thought he
had
was
to
in
be
his house.
something. No, I don't know. Maybe.
Had to be drugged. Maybe he was drugged, drunk, half asleep. Thought he was in his own
The
house.
one
He didn't try to do nothing to nobody.
No, well, she ran, so I guess she didn't want me to scrub her back. So let me go and tackle these dishes. Let me be of some use while I'm here. That's the one. Like
God, that's all it was.
Even if I was inebriated, under the influence, cleaning is not on my agenda.
But no, because some people who take sleeping pills, those sleeping pills, those people are actually asleep, but they get up and they get in the car and they drive and they go places.
Oh no, that's
and
dangerous.
They don't remember any of that. They don't know how they got there. Nothing. It's the sleeping pill. So
no, you would have to. They would handcuff me to the bed if I did that. I'll give you permission.
So it does happen. People sleepwalk. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe he was drugged or sleepwalking.
They said they have never seen him before.
And because if he didn't do nothing and nobody was standing butt naked washing the dishes, of all things, I mean, I could see if he was trying to mess with somebody, trying to take something, climbed in the bed, went to sleep.
All he wanted to do was help out. He said he offered to scrub her back. She didn't want that help. Well, let me go and wash these dishes.
That's funny.
That's all I got.
That's hilarious. Okay, so we'll end the show with the poll question, and I'm going to use the poll question from your breast milk story. How many people would be upset, and what would your reaction and your response be if you found out your coworker made y'all's potluck meal with her breast milk? I'm so glad I don't work with people no more.
But that don't mean you can't be surprised by breast milk.
No, my potluck is my house. If I get surprised by breast milk, it's going to only be mine. And if I got some breast milk, that's going to be a real surprise. Right. I don't think my dog is going to put breast milk in my...
Hey, if your dog putting any kind of milk, don't trust it.
Right. If my dog get up to my stove, we got a problem. Plus, she been snipped, pulled out, everything. So... I don't even know if she can make breast milk anymore.
She can get some from outside.
That's just nasty.
All of it is nasty.
Breast milk is not nasty.
Okay.
It's a very healthy thing for the child that it is supposed to go into.
Okay. I will agree with that.
Anyway, with that being said, thanks for listening. Have a good night.
Peace.